Hello, everyone. Welcome to this extra special live stream today where I have one of my amazing clients, Larissa, who is going to be sharing with you how she went from having a one-on-one practice and charging low-end prices. And she just went through the Magnetize and Monetize Mastermind. We're still in it. And she's having I think already $85,000 launch. Is that right, Larissa?
Uh,
What is
it's
it? 50?
project projected to be between 85 to 100, but right now I have about 50 to 60.
Amazing. So she's right in the middle of it. She's right here, and she's going to be giving you the behind the scenes of how she's been doing it. What are some of the key lessons? Hey, Lauren, so good to see you. Lauren is part of our mastermind too. We love her. And she's going to be able to kind of give you all the insights about what happened, where was she at before, and what she's been doing to work with less clients and make more money, basically. And so, Larissa, please introduce yourself to everyone and who you are and what do you do?
Yes. Oh, hi everybody. This is so fun. I love being here. So my name is Larissa and I am a musician and I teach online music and transformational vocal coaching programs.
So good. Okay. So the first thing that I love about this is that I want all of you to know that she's not selling, like she's not in the business coaching space, which is like what everybody thinks that where you need to be in order to make money. And I love that, Larissa. So tell us a little bit about where were you at before you started your business? What kind of packages were you selling? What was happening in your business? And when had you desired to join Magnetize and Monetize?
Yeah, well, I've been basically offering these programs for about 6 years, and I had gotten to a point in my business where I had some, higher end one-on-ones, but mostly what had exploded my business is doing group programs that were low ticket, and I was getting high conversion rate. And so that was a really powerful part of my journey is having greater impact through group programs while also feeling really nourished and spacious in my own life. But I always knew that I was going to teach the work that I was doing so others can also, support people in the process of transformational vocal coaching. And I knew that I needed to create like a high ticket program. And so, when I saw Juliana, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the person I need in my corner to really support me in stepping into this because it felt really big, and I feel like it's just the beginning of something really big. And so that's basically where I'm at now. And part of it also was, in the programs I was doing before, people were only getting so much access to me, and there was also a part of me really craving like I want more deeper relationships with my clients, and I knew that by doing that and by making an offering that was more of a higher investment, it was also going to really support even deeper the transformation of the people I was working with. So that really is what called me here.
So good. So who here, tell me in the comments, who here feels like they want to do what Larissa has done, which is go from selling like more spots at a lower price point and actually going to a premium level? Who give me a one in the comments? Lauren says me, Yoga says me. Like you guys, this is the live stream to be at if you really want to see that like the proof in the pudding, because it's not just me who's doing it. Elle says me, Angie says me, Erica says me. And so many of these ladies is so amazing because you have applied for the mastermind and you're already in the mastermind. So I'm so excited. So, okay. So I love that desire and that shift. And I love that your niche is not common. It's not like business coaching, marketing coaching, right? So I love that. So tell us what happened when you joined. What were some of these lessons that we want to bring to everyone here? What were some of these things that you did that really helped you shift into a more premium coaching business? What was the first thing that you did inside of the mastermind to really help you attract a different caliber of clients? And maybe what were some of the behind the scenes kinks around that?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there were so many really, and at this point, I have experienced what it's like to offer a group program, but it was like all these little things that you were offering, Juliana, really made such a huge impact. And one of them that I can just speak to right away is being my own CEO. I think that that was like a profound shift for me of, when I was in your program, it's like not about being a good student and getting the check marks and doing all the things. It was like actually really being the boss of my ship and asking myself like, what do I need here? What are my priorities in my business? And, on some level, it's like I could look at the way that I've operated in the program and said like, oh my god, I there's so much I haven't done yet. And yet what's actually happened is I've received so much value out of just being like, I'm CEO and I'm always in control of like, what's my priority, what do I need to do. And that actually created a lot of spaciousness and clarity in my life and being really focused in on creating this premium offer. So that was a big one.
So good. Yeah, I remember that we had conversations about like having multiple different things and different layers and different offers, or like different like there was like we always want to just do a little extra work. And anytime that I catch my clients with like going around there, we're like, no, let's just focus on this thing and put all our energy behind one thing. So I love that. Okay, so tell me more about what happened inside in terms of like copywriting, because everyone's here, they know me because of messaging. And so, where did you get any upgrades around copy? Like, what happened?
Yeah, I absolutely did. And it's something that I feel is there's an opportunity for me to continue to dive even deeper in this. But you offered like so many templates and coaching and, ways to really get clear on how you're speaking to your premium client that really supported me a lot. And so I feel like there's even so much more for me to dive into, but the inspiration that I felt by being in the container with you really, I think, helped elevate me because the I have moments where with social media, just to be transparent, where I'm like, I don't feel like posting today, like I don't want to post, and it feels like something I'm forcing. And so what I found by being in your container was like I got all this new inspiration and excitement and like clarity around what I'm talking to, who I'm talking to. And I think that, people really felt that in my shares is they felt the energy behind it. It wasn't something that I was like, oh, I have to do this to get clients for my business. It was like, no,
Right.
this is actually coming as an extension of what I'm feeling super excited about. And I'm speaking to that person that is ready to meet me in my own space of power and rise to my power. So I love it. I love it. I feel excited to dive in even more.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know. I'm so excited. Okay, and so tell us what happened. Let's get a little bit more specific. So when did you raise your prices? How much do you raise them by? Tell us a little bit about that, the nitty gritty.
Yeah, absolutely. So I have a few different signature programs. One of my programs that has been really successful and done really well is called Drum and Song Academy, and that was a little bit more on the low ticket end. I was, offering it between 1,000 to 2,400, depending on the level. And so this group program is now between 5,555 or 7,777. And I do plan on raising it the next time I do it, but I wanted to give people a little bit of, a bonus for being the first time in this high premium offer. So that's where I'm at now. And I feel like
Oh,
it's
good.
really just the beginning.
Oh my God, so good. And so what helped you inside of the program, like to raise your price and go from selling $1,000 packages to now $7,000 packages? Like that's like a 7x increase. Like what gave you the confidence? What was that like? Because everybody who's here on this call, who'll be watching the replay, they want where you're at. They want to be able to not just say the price, but actually they want to be able to make sales at that price. That's like a whole other thing, right? And so what were the things that really supported you in seeing the value of that? Like, how did you get to that belief?
Mhm. I do feel like it's multi-layered in some way. And the thing
Mhm.
that I love so much about being in the coaching industry on some level, supporting in people's transformation, is that there's um, such an opportunity for continual inner self-development and growth and reflection. And one thing that I felt that I loved that you really supported me in, Juliana, is looking at the ways in which I was actually stopping myself from embodying somebody who is, a high touch, high caliber premium coach. And a lot of that work actually led back to talking and being with my inner child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And there were some other emotional processes around it, but I think ultimately, like one thing that really helped me is knowing that it's all possible. Anything is possible. And when we like detach on some way from the number and what the number means and actually just embody the value, um, that's something that really supported me as well. But most specifically, I really wanted to just speak to um, the beauty of being with your inner child.
Yeah. So important. So important. And for those of you who like don't know, I teach you all the marketing things. I'm a, a I consider myself the best messaging coach that you will ever find because I've tried to find them. If anyone knows anyone better, send them to me because I want help with my message too. But truly, I haven't been able to find somebody who is really good at marketing and can also guide you to the parts of you that need to land all the info in your body, in your heart, that can actually have you landed in your body and then in your reality, because that is a multi-layer experience. So we give you all the strategy, but we give you all the tactics. You have it all in the portal as soon as you join Magnetize, but then we coach for 3 months and really land in this. And what was happening with Larissa was that she knew it, and then she was experiencing resistance. And then I was supporting her through breaking through that resistance. So that then, and I have to tell you, Larissa, that I take zero credit for any of your results or any of my clients' results, because you really took the coaching that I gave you every week and then you applied it right away. Like you had a sales call right after my call, and then you went and applied it and you signed like 2 clients in one day. You're like, I just signed 2 clients in one day and I just applied what you just told me. And so that's what's important, you guys, to get coaching and apply it. If you're not going to apply it, it's just not going to work. That's why you can keep coming to 5-day challenges, but you still don't have the results because you haven't got the support to embody it and apply it too. And so I have to give you so many props for that. And since we're in the topic of the coaching, what it feels like to be coaching the container, what would you say to somebody who's wondering, what is it like to be coached by Juliana? What does it feel like? What is it, why is it this program such a premium program? Like $11,000. Oh my God, I don't even talk to you, Juliana. Like, what do you mean? So to give them an insight about what is the caliber of coaching that he's received.
Oh my gosh, it was phenomenal. Juliana is phenomenal. Like probably I've invested in quite a few programs throughout the years in my own journey, and Juliana is by far one of my absolute favorites because I feel like she delivers information to you very directly, but also is connected to the heart. And for me, that's so important, is to really, be able to have both of those components. She's not sugarcoating things for you. She has a way of being really direct and even fun and spicy. That's something that I just love about you, Juliana, is that element, but also being super compassionate and being able to really hold the broad spectrum. And just to say a little bit more about that the way that translated for me is, Juliana really taught me how to hold the discomfort that my clients were experiencing and not even take that personally. And it's like the more I can hold space for my clients' discomfort, the more I hold space for my own discomfort, and vice versa, right? There's that mirroring effect. And so Lauren's even commenting like she's the real deal. Yeah, like I received so much value. I mean, if you're thinking about doing this, 100% do it, and do it soon so you can get the information early. And congratulations for those that are already in. I mean, this definitely was something that I will celebrate, and I'm just like such a deep support of this.
So good. Thank you so much for sharing. Okay, and I want to get like even more tactical. So let's talk a little bit about what you did, and I want everyone to anyone to drop questions for Larissa in the chat. You came here for a reason, you were curious for a reason. So we want to actually answer your questions around what she did, what questions you had for her, so that she can tell you and she can just offer the wisdom that you might have, that she has. So you raised your prices and then you went and did a launch. Was this your first high ticket launch?
This is my first high ticket group launch. I have had some one-on-ones, but this was the first high ticket group launch.
Okay. how did you feel going through the high ticket, like doing sales calls because let's talk about sales calls. That was an edge for you, right? Like, who here, give me a 2 in the comments if sales calls are an edge for you. If you're like, I can get me have my price, but once I get on the phone with somebody, that's a whole other story. Like, what if they say no, right? Angie, Stephanie says too. Yeah, it's like we want to, let's talk about that so that people walk away from this call, I mean, if they never join Magnetize and Monetize, knowing what is that one of the biggest shifts that you had in having those conversations with people. You already kind of were talking a little bit about it, but let's expand on a particular breakthrough that you had as it relates to money objections, which was something that, people were giving you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, there were definitely a few pieces that you supported me in around that. And the first thing that I can remember from the beginning was I got into a point in my business and my other programs where, I was selling live in workshops, and it was one of those things where people would just click the link and buy. And it was very easy, it was very effortless, and I love that, and I'm still doing that, and I still will continue to do that. But I felt that at first, when people were booking, calls with me after being approved into the program, I had resistance of showing up because I was like, well, why aren't they just buying? Like, why aren't they just clicking the link and buying like they did before? And, what Juliana helped me realize was like, and also just what I realized I was asking for is actually more high touch connection. So I'm like, my clients actually, they need me to show up and to create that, level of connection and accountability, and know that I've got them, I'm holding them in the discomfort of choosing to, sign up for, a high 4-figure investment. And so I think that I had resistance around like just holding space for people's own discomfort in that process. And what Juliana really supported me in was like being able to hold that and hold people in that and not take it personally if they're not a match. And the reality is everyone that's applied, that's gotten approved, that's had a call with me has signed up. So
100% conversion rate. What? I actually didn't even know that. Amazing. And you had never done sales calls before?
I had years ago, but it had been a while.
But not for a $7,000 offer.
Correct.
Okay. I just want everyone to let that sink in. You don't have to be a sales ninja to be able to enroll clients at your highest level. When you literally go through, I give you the Soulful Sales Method, which you applied, Larissa, and which, everybody gets access to. There's a way to hold space for people that we don't get taught when it comes to sales. And all of you are very qualified to do it because you're coaches that care. And I just help you translate that ability to your sales conversation so that people feel safe, because all we need to do is create comfort in buying, in comfort in the person who's in the other side of the phone, for them to feel safe. And that's what I teach you how to do, so that they know you got their back. You teach them how to have their own back, and you don't have to convince, push, or make people feel like there is something, like there's something wrong if they don't invest. Like there's none of that. There's none of that energy. And so you are such an example, Larissa, of what it feels like to be super resistant to sales calls, and what it looks like to be super coachable, and what it looks like to just apply the process that you're taught and apply the coaching. So I just really want to celebrate you for that. That's such a huge, I didn't even know it was 100% conversion rate. So that's amazing. Congratulations. We have some questions in the chat. So a couple of like very specific questions. How many posts did you do for your new offer?
When did I mean, probably 2 to 3 a week for about a month.
Yep.
I also have, an email list that was really supportive too.
Yep. Cool. And then the other question is, do you have your price on your website?
I do.
Yes. We teach that in Magnetize and Monetize. We teach you to have the price there so that you don't, people just know what they're walking into, and there's no convincing follow-up and endless conversations and shock, like sticker shock. So we definitely recommend that you have the price. We teach you how to say it in a way that doesn't feel shocking, and so that people are still drawn in, but it's important to have your price available. Lauren says, do you have any high ticket group offer for students, or do you only have high ticket offer for training other vocal coaches in your method right now?
So people can actually join the program as a student. Right now it's 3,333 as a student. And then if they want to facilitate, that's the, 5K and up.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Another one. Besides your personal changes, I love these questions because they're like, give me the nitty gritty. Where besides all the woo-woo stuff, tell me what you actually did. Like, give me the to-dos. Besides your personal changes, what do you do in your package to change the perceived value and charge more? What a great question.
Well, this is the first time I'm offering a facilitation course. So basically, I'm certifying people in my method to be able to teach my signature method and hold people in the transformation. So this package is really embodying actually a bit of the business side as well as the creative arts transformational process. So I think that is a big component of this shift.
Cool. Awesome. All right. And so I want to ask you a question. What would you say? Okay, two last questions before we wrap up. First of all, what surprised you about Magnetize and Monetize that you weren't expecting to experience? What was like, you saw it on the page or whatever, but now that you're in it, like what things surprised you that you weren't expecting? And then I have one more question after that.
So much content, so much like opportunity for coaching. I really felt so held in this. And, whether it was like posting on the Facebook group or getting support with Parmees or Tavana, there's so much I didn't even like show up for because I didn't need to. But like, I always felt like if I needed something, I was so deeply supported. And like, my expectation of what's delivered in this program was, beyond what I even thought I was signing up for.
Yeah, we don't like to tell you all the supportive things we have, you guys, because like you don't need to know. We just want you to be delighted and know that you got someone in your corner whenever you needed. And so thank you for sharing that. And what would you say to somebody who feels like they're here, they're watching the replay, they are thinking about it, they're on the fence, they're like, I know it'll work for Larissa, but she seems like a unicorn. I don't know about me. I don't know. I'm a special case. Like, really, I've tried it all. I don't think she's tried it all. Like, what would you say to somebody who feels in that maybe wobble?
Mm-hmm. I'd say see myself as a reflection of what's possible for you. It's like, if I can do it, you can do it. And ultimately, the idea that you can't is just a belief that needs to be blown up and thrown away. So, 100% like listen to your calling, listen to your heart, trust yourself in that. And just know that if you're entering into this container with Juliana, like you're gonna expand.
So good. So good. All right. So for everyone, before we go to the last question, everyone who is thinking about Magnetize and Monetize, I want to really invite you to apply today so that you make sure you get the call with our copy coach, which by the way, did you have a call with Parmees?
I still have one coming up.
Oh, you have one coming up. Okay. Those calls, literally, they are going to blow your mind for everyone who joins. And if you pay within the first 48 hours, they will change the game for you. Lauren, did you have your call with Parmees? How was it? Can you tell us?
I have like zero voice right now, so
Okay.
apologies for the hoarseness. No, I had my call with her, and it was by far one of the most potent things ever. I mean, it's a quick call, but she's like a ninja with the words, and she'll get all of your copy. Like, she'll look through like pages and pages of your copy and give you like the most insane edits that will just, convert things very quickly for you. So highly recommend.
So good. Thank you, Lauren. Yeah, so you'll get that call. So make sure that you apply. You guys are gonna get an email with the link. If you don't have the link, I'm gonna grab it for you. And while I do that, Let me just drop it here. And what I want you all to know is you will be required to pay a $500 deposit so that I review your application. If I feel like you're the right fit, that's going to go towards your investment. If I feel like you're not the right fit, that's going to be refunded to you. We require that application, that deposit, because we have so many applications, and I really want to sit with each and every single one of the applicants. Like, you give me all of the information, fill it out, give me all the details, and I want to have that sufficient time and space to do that and give you a full body hell yes. If you are accepted, just know that I am a full yes, that you're going to crush it in this program. If you get a no, just know that I'm being really honest, and I wouldn't want you to come in and not have a delicious experience. And so I'm really honest with everyone. We have said no to several people with so much love. We've given them things to do in the meantime. And everyone who has joined, who's gotten a yes, they feel really confident in the yes because they have it. They have it for me, they have it for them. And so just know that that's the process to apply. Awesome. Yes, Elle is in. I'm so excited. And the last questions we have is, how much time do you spend doing one-on-one versus group coaching per week?
So I really am super selective with my one-on-one mentorship. And I typically work with maybe 2 to 3 one-on-one at the most. Most of my offering does come into the group program, and that's because I've just learned along the way that in order for me to show up in my fullness with my containers, I need a lot of space and a lot of for myself and a lot of my own creativity. So that's what works for me.
I love that so much. I'm the same. I'm very selective when I have VIP clients in Momentum VIP. We literally only have one spot for this round because I really like to keep myself, have spaciousness in my calendar to be able to pour into my clients and just pour into myself. And so that is the beauty of having a premium business, which Lauren, I have Lauren and Larissa right next to each other. So with Larissa, you have totally done. And so I just want to congratulate you and just celebrate you for your amazing wins. And so excited to continue this journey with you. And is there anything else that you would like to say to everyone who's here and who tuned in to come to see you?
Just thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. I think that if you're here, you're definitely in the right space, and to trust that. And yeah, really, truly, it's just like, if you're someone that's on the fence, like, I can't support and suggest doing Magnetize and Monetize enough. Like, it's been transformative for me. And I absolutely am, like, I'm always going to be on your side, Juliana.
So good. So good. All right. Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming. And just remember those things that we talked about today: holding space for your clients on those moments when you have sales calls that feel wobbly. It's so important that you find, whether it's with me or somebody else, find the support to really hold that space for them. Sales can be easy, can be fun, and can be delicious. There's nothing more fun for me than selling, because you really are holding somebody in a moment of deep vulnerability and transformation. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful space to connect and to really offer somebody a path to the desired life that they have, that they want. And so much goodness there, and in the whole live stream. So thank you everyone for coming. And I'll be doing some more of these lives. So you come bring your questions to my clients and ask them directly so that they can answer all the questions for you. And thank you, Larissa, for being here. I love you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you.